Hi, I'm Tom from Gear4music, and in this video we're going to be looking at the range of different Roland Aerophones to find out which one is the best one for you. If you enjoy this sort of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Starting off, we have the Roland AE-01. So this is the entry model in the series of Aerophones. So it's a much more compact, slim and lightweight version. So for me, this would be great if you want to do a bit of composition on the road and link up to your DAW on your laptop. Just whack it all in your bag and away you go. That being said, there is a built-in speaker. So if you did want to use it as a Practice A2, it will be ideal. As I say, it's a slimmed down model, so there's not all the keys that you would expect on a saxophone, but it's still certainly functional because you've got some additional keys here just to control some of the semitones that you might want to look for as well. The main functionality can be controlled with the function key just on the back here. So by pressing, holding and pressing one of the keys on the front, you can change the tone, the volume, the breath, the transposition and the reverb. So you press and hold it and you get a beep. There's also an accompanying app for the AE-01, and that is the Aerophone Mini Plus app. There are quite a few different apps out there for the Aerophone, so make sure you select the right one. But by using the app, you can fine-tune a lot of the different settings and really open it up further. So looking at the control menu, you can change so many different things, such as the tuning, the transposition, octave shifts, and all the breath controls. Looking at the fingering mode, you'll also see you can change it for things like recorder, for flute, for saxophone. So it opens up to a wide range of different players. So you don't just have to play a saxophone, for example. You can also edit the fingerings too to suit your particular styles and fingerings. Then there's also things like the system settings. So adjust the speakers, the bleep sounds, and back up and store all of your settings. A lot of these features are on the other apps as well for the other Aerophones, so if you're used to using one, you'll be able to use the others quite simply. Also on here, we've got a metronome mode. You can simply tap the tempo that you're used to, so that will program it in so you are used to that tempo and you can figure out what it is and play along. Also on here, you'll see that there's sounds, so you can actually change whether it's playing through the instruments or through the app on your phone or other smart device. So on here, you've got the 6 sounds that you can change from. On here as well, you can also import some songs as well, so you can actually play along, so you can do it as a bit of a mini karaoke if you wish. So you can adjust the volume, the speed and the key, so it's much more suited to you if it's a little bit harder or easier than what you're used to. Also are some lesson functions, so there are 11 different lessons with different pieces on. So you can have a look at a few different ones. So looking at Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, for example, it shows you the layout of the Aerophone and then will also show you the notes to play. When you play along, it'll give you your backing track, you play along to the track and then it'll grade your performance, so it'll even give you a medal at the end. So all in all, this is a great little simple e-way for recording with your favourite DAW, taking on the road, or acts as a great little introduction to the world of e-wees. Next, we're going to look at the Roland AE-05. Next up, we have the Roland AE-05. So for those of you that are a bit more familiar with the AE-10, this is the much smaller, compact version, so it's little brother, as it were. So a lot of the keys are in a similar place, so they're where you would expect them to be under the fingers. So it's also nice, it's got these pearls on here, so it's much more familiar under the fingers to sax players. So looking at the back, you've got a much more simple operation. So you've got the up and down octave keys, you've also got the tone adjustment knob, so all the tones are listed on the back battery panel. You've also got the transpose knob, so if you're playing along from an alto sax player's part, you can easily turn that to E flat. Then you've also got your volume as standard. There's also an app for this one. This is the Aerophone Go app, because this is affectionately known as the Aerophone Go. So looking at it, it does look a little bit different, but you can still control the system settings as before, the MIDI settings, the fingering modes, and it will also open up some fingering charts as well, which it didn't on the previous model, and also control things like your breath adjustments, your bite control, etc. On here you can also again tap the metronome on this screen, and then it also add in some extra bits of reverb too, so you can fine tune it that little bit more through this menu. And again, you can select the different instruments through here. This time you've got 11 instead of 6. And again, you can import your favorite files to play along with karaoke style, and you've also got the lesson functionality too. So this for me is a great practice aid. So it's small and compact. You can just take it on the go, so you can play in a hotel, take it and play in practice rooms wherever you like. So you've got the volume and the speakers and a few sounds that'll get you going. Next, we're going to look at the AE-20 and AE-30, the more premium models in the Aerophone series. Finally, there's the AE-20 and the AE-30 Aerophones. So these are the premium ones within the series. Roland are known for their cutting-edge synthesizers, so it's no wonder that they've incorporated the Zen Core and the Supernatural sound engines into these to help really drive the synthesized sound. So it's normally the synthesized keyboard players that end up with all the fun, so why not the orchestral musicians too? Visually, these Aerophones are pretty similar to each other and also across the range of other Aerophones too. So they're much more suited to transition between Aerophones as well, so you have that sense of familiarity. But when you look on the back, that's where the differences really are noticeable. So if we look at the AE-20 to start off with, you notice the 4 octave keys on the back, 2 for upper octaves and 2 for lower octaves. You'll also notice that there's a scene category dial, so you can change that to find the category of sounds that you like and then find the sound within that category by using the scene select buttons. You'll also notice there's a pitch bend wheel, so that can be manipulated using your thumb. You'll also see that there's the volume knob down at the bottom. But when we switch over to the AE-30, that volume knob has been replaced by the transpose knob that we're seeing on other models in the series. Again, you've got your octave buttons, you've got your scene selection, but you've also got on here another button which can help manipulate the sound next to your pitch bend. And also at the bottom you can see you've got the additional MIDI in and out. The AE-20 and AE-30 use 2 different apps rather than just the one. It separates out the functionality and the settings from the lessons. So looking at the Aerophone Pro app itself, you'll see there's a range of different settings that are here. So you'll see all the different sounds that are laid out as your favourites. And then it can also scroll through the different scenes and find your favourite sounds from there. Then looking at the editor, you can really fine tune those sounds, so you can really open it up and get the sound that you want. This next app is called the AE Lesson app. So as the name suggests, it does include all the lesson functions that you've seen on the other apps. So you can have a look at the fingering, so it gives you fingering charts, some tips, and the settings where you can fine tune them as well. Again, you've got the player mode, so you can use it like a karaoke machine and play along to your favourite tracks. And then in addition, you've also got the same lessons built in. So if you look at things like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, it will show you how to use the app, show you the Aerophone itself, and show you the notation. As the AE-20 and AE-30 contain the powerful synth engines like the Zen Core and the Supernatural, these will be really suited on stage, so you can stand up and play along with everyone else. So it's not just the synth keys players that have all the fun. But saying that, they do have the lesson functionality and the DAW connectivity, so you can use them for a whole multitude of purposes. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.